And we're back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dark Phoenix Gaming, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect Legendary Edition with Vin Shepard. When we left off last time, well, the last couple of episodes were my mammoth recording session of listening to and reading codex entries, because I had a significant backlog of them. Some of them were repeats from last time because of the way that I did that codex reading the last time. They weren't counted as being read because it was done on a previous save, etc., etc. Anyways, we were doing that last time, but today we are going to jump right on in and head off to do one of the side quests we've been sitting on for a little bit. In particular, hostile takeover to eliminate some crime lords. So, our first point of interest will be in the Han system of the Gemini Sigma cluster. The second one is in the Dis system of the Hades Gamma. Although, if you're mildly curious what went on before my random codex readings, we were over in the Sol system, actually, because a military VI went rogue, and we were helping them shut it down, so they didn't have to blow it up from orbit and then rebuild everything after the fact. So that's the other recent thing. And here's our destination, thank you. And I will be taking Tally and Rex. So, off to kill some crime lords then, on the chilly planet. Level 2 hazard, that's nice. Hideout is that away. It's indicated on the mapsies. Go. Pain in the ass terrain. Lovely. I loathe the Mako in Mass Effect 1. You people can shit on how terrible the Mass Effect 2 Hammerhead was as far as armor and being able to take a hit all you want, but at least when you drove it, it went in a straight line. Can't say that about the Mako. And the actual vehicle was also, funnily enough, one of the few things I liked in Mass Effect Andromeda. Generally, I do not acknowledge the existence of that game, but it had a few things about it that I did really like. Mostly the gameplay and the mechanics. I was not too fond of the story, although to be fair, I never actually finished Mass Effect Andromeda. But the bits of the story I did play, I was not too impressed with. But what I did really like was the gameplay, the whole thing with the jetpack and the more action-y type of combat system, I think, really fit a Mass Effect game quite well. And if we could have gotten, essentially, Mass Effect 1 in the Mass Effect Andromeda engine, if they made it that moddable at any point, then that would have been awesome. That never happened, sadly. But yeah. That plus the Nomad vehicle in that game were my favorite parts of it. Okay. Here we are. The rest of it, not so much. The characters were kind of cringe, and I did not like the content of the actual story and plot or any of it in any fucking way. But that's for much, much later. If I ever decide to do a Let's Play of Mass Effect Andromeda, then you can hear me rant about the story in that game. But it's not likely. Plus, it's a long ways off if it does ever happen. Go. I really should be using my sniper rifle, to be honest. You go, motherfucker. Come on. That is one very nice thing that I can do with the combat in this game, though. I don't remember if Mass Effect 2 still had it, but if there's even a single body part of an enemy sticking out from behind cover, and you can get a shot off at it, you can damage that person. It's a very nice strategic element that I enjoy having. You fuckers down. There's a crime boss over here. Okay.
I will destroy you.
That's adorable. He thinks he's going to win. That way. Unfortunately, Tally blew him up. And yes, they had quite the operation going. One down, one to go.
Think we got him, Commander.
We most certainly did. And I cannot be bothered to actually check the place for valuable loot on this occasion. Might be a mistake, but oh well. Yeah. Now, back to the Normandy. And with that, time to hit up the disk system in the Hades Gamma cluster. Right next door, as it happens. No, not the Farinata system. The disk system. Thank you. just gonna have to hop between planets until I find the right one, because unlike Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3, you do not get told what the planet you're trying to find for your mission is, unfortunately. Another ice world. Lovely. Rex can freeze his balls off again. Nice. Over this way. Too far, according to the map, thankfully. As that is one thing I know I've ranted about before, but bearing in mind the amount of stuff there actually is for you to explore on the planet, the worlds in Mass Effect 1 are quite barren as a whole. I know a lot of people who don't like the fact that Mass Effect 2 shrunk a lot of the planets and allegedly took away the exploration aspect. But I don't feel like we actually lost much from that, honestly. I really don't. Because it's not like there's much to explore. There's the odd thing to find if you're getting all the collectibles. But other than that, you just go straight to your destination, and you don't really do any exploration, so the fact the planets are smaller and just focused around the thing that you're actually trying to get to in Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3, as opposed to being something that represents what the size of the whole world would be, I don't feel like it really changes much of anything in terms of how much you actually have, in terms of how much exploration you actually do. Immunity. I hate immunity. It's so annoying. There we go. But yeah, I do not feel like there's much difference.
Shields down.
In terms of that. I never felt like there was much exploration to do in this particular game. As a result of the fact that I just, as I said, tended to go for my objective. That was basically it. But that's my feeling on the whole shrinking of the available area to explore thing that I've heard some people chattering about in the past. I don't know how anyone else feels about it though. Yeah, just my take. If you have a different view on that, let me know in the comments.
Good to go.
Because I would be very interested in hearing anyone's different viewpoint. Motherfucker. Okay, we're switching to pistol. Oh no. Done fucking circling me. knocks there, but that's number 2. And yes, I'm sure Helena Blake will be very happy indeed. So let's get on the Normandy. Go find her at coordinate set number 3 and give her the good news then. Okay, so meet her at the Fortuna system in the Horsehead Nebula to get rewarded. Alright. Horsehead Nebula. Diverge, Maroon Sea. I very rarely remember where specific systems actually are, sadly, so I just have to guess. Eventually come across it. It's the Armstrong Nebula, Maroon Sea. Fortuna. It's the same cluster as Novaria, funnily enough, is this one. I was avoiding the main story stuff because I didn't think it would be in one of those. Silly me. And we get it on our second try. Nifty. Hopefully we don't need to actually shoot anyone while we're here, since we're just coming to collect our reward. Or are we? ... I always forget I have that boost. It's a cool thing if you want to just move a little faster for a short period of time, or if you're running away from a thresher maul, but in general, just because of how uneven the terrain is across most of these worlds you explore in this game, I don't find it that useful because you can't use it very well anywhere except on flat open ground. Over here. Yes, indeed. For once, we arrive at our destination and nothing's shooting at us. She hasn't engaged any turrets or anything that are trying to blow our faces off. That's nice. Okay.
Hello again, Commander Shepard. I owe you a debt of gratitude.
And she's all of a sudden armed.
With my former partners dead, this syndicate is now mine. I could not have done it without you.
Those men deserve to die. Now, are we gonna have a problem?
Not if I can help it, Commander. I hope you can see that I am by far a lesser evil than those men. Under my leadership, this organization will restrict itself to gambling and smuggling illegal technologies. There will be no drugs and no slave-taking for the Batarians. Those days are over.
Now, while removing drug dealing and selling people to slavery for not being able to pay their debts, does sound nice. I'm afraid this organization is far too corrupt and tainted to be saved at this point. Really, I think it would be better for everyone if you were to just walk away and disband the group.
This gang has a reputation for drugs and slaving. It's too late to change that.
Less that.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps this organization has been so tainted by those two idiots
Its
that it
reputation
cannot
is
be
too
redeemed.
black.
If I disband the gang, I walk away freely. I have not come so far to be arrested. I would die before going to prison. I would most certainly kill before going to prison. Now, do we have a deal?
We most certainly do. You might be a shady, shifty character, Helena, but I don't think you've done anything that I can legitimately shoot you for, so you can go. Just as long as you don't try to start up the organization under a different name or anything.
You're free to go. I don't ever want to see this gang again. If I do...
You won't. I'm not so foolish as to break my word to a Spectre. Now, if you'll excuse me, my men become nervous in the presence of law enforcement agents. Goodbye, Shepard.
Nice. And with that, we are done here. So yes, you can resolve the situation at the end with Helena Blake peacefully, as you saw there. But it is equally likely that you will just end up having to fight her. Essentially, you need to have the Paragon or Renegade to do the specific interrupt. Or you need to let the gang stick around. If you try to arrest her, or convince her to disband it without the Paragon or Renegade points, then you have to fight her and all the people in that building as well. But we managed to do it peacefully, which is nice. I usually do, but this playthrough's been a little hit or miss on that so far, so, you know, always nice. But I think I'm gonna leave it here for this one. So, if you've enjoyed this, then please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more space fantasy adventures with Vin Shepard. It's been Dark Phoenix Gaming, and I'll see you next time. See you then, folks. See you then.